great bears roam the frozen wastes of Ireland. This might look like an ordinary bear, but something extraordinary is happening inside her. Something that will give rise to a new species. In order to see it, we'll need to descend down to a much smaller scale, to the cellular level, so that we can explore the bear's reproductive system. We'll take the subclavian artery through the heart. Almost there. Those are some of her eggs. To see what's going on in one of them, we'll have to get even smaller. We'll have to shrink down to the molecular level. Our ship of the imagination is now so small, you could fit 1,000,000 of them into a grain of sand. See those guys over there strutting along those girders? They are proteins called kinesin. These kinesin are part of the transport crew that's busy moving cargo around the cell. How alien they seem. And yet, these tiny creatures and beings like them are a part of every living cell, including the ones inside you. If life has a sanctuary, it's here in the nucleus, which contains our DNA. The ancient scripture of our genetic code, and it's written in a language that all life can read. DNA is a molecule shaped like a long twisted ladder, or double helix. The rungs of the ladder are made of 4 different kinds of smaller molecules. These are the letters of the genetic alphabet. Particular arrangements of those letters spell out the instructions for all living things, telling them how to grow, move, digest, sense the environment, heal, reproduce. The DNA double helix is a molecular machine with about 100 billion parts, called atoms. There are as many atoms in a single molecule of your DNA as there are stars in a typical galaxy. The same is true for dogs and bears and every living thing. We are, each of us, a little universe. The DNA message, handed down from cell to cell and from generation to generation, is copied with extreme care. The birth of a new DNA molecule begins when an unwinding protein separates the 2 strands of the double helix, breaking the rungs apart. Inside the liquid of the nucleus, the molecular letters of the genetic code float freely. Each strand of the helix copies its lost partner, resulting in 2 identical DNA molecules. That's how life reproduces genes and transmits them from one generation to the next. When a living cell divides in 2, each one takes away with it a complete copy of the DNA. A specialized protein proofreads to make sure that only the right letters are accepted so that the DNA is accurately copied. But nobody's perfect. Occasionally, a proofreading error slips through, making a small random change in the genetic instructions. A mutation has occurred in the bear's egg cell. A random event as tiny as this one can have consequences on a far grander scale. That mutation altered the gene that controls fur color. It will affect the production of dark pigment in the fur of the bear's offspring. Most mutations are harmless. Some are deadly, but a few, purely by chance, can give an organism a critical advantage over the competition. A year has passed. Our bear is now a mother. And as a result of that mutation, one of her 2 cubs was born with a white coat. When the cubs get old enough to venture out on their own, Which bear is more likely to be able to sneak up on unsuspecting prey? The brown bear can be seen against the snow a mile away. The white bear prospers and passes on its own particular set of genes. This happens repeatedly. Over succeeding generations, the gene for white fur spreads through the entire population of Arctic bears. The gene for dark fur loses out in the competition for survival.